I wanted to get up this hill before I started the stream. I don't know if you can appreciate how steep this hill is. It's pretty steep. There you can see it a little bit better. I don't even really think you can tell the steepness just by looking at this picture, but I definitely wanted to get up the hill before I started the live stream because I was a little out of wind, I must say, but I caught my breath. So we're going to go on this little trail, this little adventure. And yesterday and the day before, here in Massachusetts, here in the Boston area, it was below zero. It was bitterly cold out. Arctic weather. It was like 12 degrees below zero. And the wind chill factor made it even colder than that. And today it's pretty beautiful. It's like 50 degrees, so we go from Arctic weather, tundra weather, to 50 degrees. So negative 12 to 50. That's quite a swing in weather. Coming up here, we're going to be able to see a little lake that I like to go to. We're in Breakheart Reservation in Saugus, Massachusetts. I like to come up here sometimes on the weekends, take a hike, go through here. Sometimes we'll see some animals, deer. Saw coyotes up here. First time I saw a coyote, the coyotes up here, I thought they were dogs. And I'm whistling to them to come. And they're just standing there looking at me like, what the heck are you doing? We'll see if we can see some today. How's everybody doing today? My name is Rob. Thank you everybody who's joining. Going on a little adventure through the woods. Little hike through the woods. We might even get lucky. We're going up a pretty steep hill, a mountain. And the sunset from this peak is beautiful, and we're walking over to it now. It's going to take a bit to get there, but if you want to stick around, I'm going to show you all the good view. So here we go. We are crossing a little road there. We're going to get back onto the trail so we can get back to nature. A lot of people here today. I mean, when you go from 12 degrees below zero to 50 degrees above zero, a lot of people are going to be out, and they are out. So it was 12 degrees out, 12 degrees below zero yesterday, and this pond still isn't frozen over. It's kind of cool. There is some ice on it, but not completely frozen. Tell you what, I wouldn't go out there and try to skate, walk on it, because it'd fall right through it. Any skating fans out there? Any winter enthusiasts? What do you like to do in the winter time? So I was watching this movie. When I watch a movie, I usually watch bits and pieces of it over a couple of days because I'm usually busy doing something, but it's called The Storied Life of AJ something. I forget the last name. It's a funny kind of romantic movie, and I like it. I really like it. I would explain to you why I like it, and I think it's worth watching. It was filmed here in Massachusetts on Cape Cod, but that's not really why I like it. I won't even spoil it for you if you want to watch it. Anyway, the last time I was here, I'm going to show you a little island out here. I was able to walk out to the island by kind of like a land bridge with some rocks in the water and some dirt I could walk across and I got to the island. And on the island on that island was a little homeless camp. It's kind of ironic because the signs are on here not to disturb nature, which I agree with. Why not? But somebody was. There's like shopping carts out there and stuff that was like taken from the area run here and just brought out there. It looks like you can't really walk out there now. I'm gonna go over here in a second, so all you're getting is a view of the trail. There it is. Sun's bright, really nice. So it must have been, I'm going to say November. I was able to walk from the shore over here right out to that island. There was some rocks that I could kind of jump from rock to rock to get out there, but it was kind of a lot of dirt, so the water level really went up. So I guess we're not in too much of a drought here in Massachusetts. And you can see, even though it was 12 degrees below zero yesterday, the ice definitely is not iced over enough to walk on. And right out in the middle, you can see the water you can see the water, so couldn't possibly walk on that without taking your life in your own hands. Without risking your life, I should say. So where's everybody from? I'm from the Boston area. My name is Rob. Thank you everybody for joining in. Appreciate it. Hope you're able to catch some of my latest videos. It's here comes two people. I think people don't like the videos taken, so I'll try to make it inconspicuous if I can. We'll go into silent mode. Oops. How's it going? Big looking dog. Well, sometimes I see people up here, sometimes I'm the only one up here. It's like today there's a few people up here. That's fine. The more the merrier. My Boston accent came out there a little bit. So let's go over here and take a look at that. It's really a small island. I'm gonna go out here. This is where I walk across onto that island. It's not much of an island. Can you see that, or is it just glare on that too much? It's a really nice view. You would think it'd be really cold, but it's not too bad out. 50 degrees. I'm actually getting kind of warm just walking. Well, my hands are cold because I don't have my gloves on because I'm holding the camera. Well, in the summertime, if you ever get up to this area, which is Breakheart in Saugus, Massachusetts, there's a lot of wild blueberries, and pick them and eat them and put them in pancakes and muffins. Really good. This area in Massachusetts, north of Boston, is a really historic area. If you ever get a chance to come up, a lot of historic sites to see. And Saugus, besides this place that we're walking through, Breakheart, there is a place called the Saugus Ironworks National Historic Site, and that is the site of the first ironworks in the United States. It was founded in 1629, or around that area anyway, and it was run by a group of investors from England who sent a work party over here to make iron. And that's how it all started. I mean, that was part of the industrial, I suppose, revolution. You can't do much without iron, right? Anyway, we're walking along here, seeing what we can see. We're going to get up to a little dam up here. I'm going to show you that. This lake runs down into another lake below, and I think I can show you. It's really kind of faint through the trees, but this dam stops all this water from running out into the lake below. But it does come out. This looks a little more frozen. So that's what 12 degree below zero weather will do. It says unsafe ice conditions. I would definitely agree on that. Be crazy to go out on that, but there's a dam right there stopping the water from flowing that I'm going to show you down here. I don't know if you can see it, but you probably can hear the water running. And you can see the lake faintly down below. And the water from this lake runs into that lake. And people swim in the lake below. There's usually lifeguards there in the summertime. And a lot of people come up here and have cookouts and play with their kids. There's a little playground. And they swim, cool off in the hot summer heat. Unlike today, which is not cold enough to skate, not warm enough to swim. So we're on our way up to that little peak, and we'll see if we have enough time to catch the sun setting. There's that island again that I was talking about. I was able to walk out there a couple of months ago, but the water level has gone up quite a bit. There's a rock plunked down in the middle of nowhere. Doesn't look like it should be there. Somehow it ended up there. I'm not a geologist, but for you geologists out there must be some explanation for it. So we're walking down this trail, and we're going to go up to a peak, and at that peak I'm going to try to show you a view of at least Boston and the Atlantic Ocean, and maybe, if we get lucky, we'll see a little bit of a sunset, and we can try to get out of here before the sun goes down, which I guess we have probably a good hour anyway before the sun goes down, so we'll be out of here well before then. This little island again. This trail almost looks like it was added here at some point. The earth on it was added somehow to prevent the water from spilling out below. Looks like a little dam, a big dam actually. Damn, that sounds like a swear. Dogs like to swim in here in the summertime. We bring our dog up here, and she loves it. She loves to go swimming up here. A lot of dogs do. There's a big trail system through here. And again, sometimes I used to come here right before the sun set, and I would see a lot of deer. I'd get really up close to them too, like a few feet away. Just be really still. And they're just looking for food at night, in the evening. A lot of birds. Once in a while we'll see a coyote. Well, here's another view of the lake. We're heading up toward that peak I was talking to you about. So we're going to get off this trail and get onto another trail. I had to switch hands. So what is everybody doing today? The question I would like to ask everybody is, how do you like your job? How does the thought of Monday rolling around once again feel? How do you react to it? What is it? What emotions does it raise in your mind? I've done videos on this before. It's a good question because I see a lot of people, they're unhappy with the way their life's going. And the question is, how do you get out of it? How do you move it? It's possible to get your life moving in a different direction. Videos, I'm a creator, and I like to write, and I have multiple sources of income coming in. And you probably see a lot of videos on YouTube about passive income and multiple streams of income. And that is something that everybody should be thinking about, especially if you're unhappy with the way your life is right now and you want to get it going in a different direction. And there's so many ways to get it going in a different direction. You know, sometimes it's involuntary. Sometimes life sneaks up on us. Sometimes we're not expecting the events that come into our lives. I know I don't. A lot of them, they come right out of left field, and I'm like, where did that come from? But that's life. You know, I'm actually grateful for those moments because it makes life interesting, and it gives us all an opportunity to overcome those obstacles, those events in our lives. And usually if we can try to overcome those events, those obstacles, we can get our life moving in a different direction. And that's great. It feels great. That is great. That's something that we should all strive for. All these people behind me and in front of me, so coming off this trail now, and we're going to go up to that little peak that I was talking about, and we're going to see the view from up there. So here we go on this trail. Hope this isn't too shaky because I'm holding it with my hand, and I should have got one of those gimbals, but I didn't bring it with me. So not too long ago in the summertime, there was a massive like forest fire, brush fire up here. You can kind of see some of the remnants of it. Right now it's just a little bit muddy, but a burnt log, some burnt ground up there. So we'll get back to why you should have multiple sources of income and why whatever happens to us in life normally happens to us for our own good. It doesn't seem it at the time, but it is. It does. And the challenge is that when something happens unexpectedly in life, to pick yourself up by the bootstraps and get going. Sometimes we can't go over the wall that's in front of us. Sometimes we can't go under it. Sometimes we can't go around it. There's no way around it. And believe me, I'm a former United States Marine Corps officer. And this philosophy, the thinking of the Marines is to get the job done, to get around that obstacle at all costs, no matter how you have to do it. But sometimes you can't get around the obstacle. Sometimes you can't get over the obstacle. Sometimes you can't get through the obstacle. And sometimes you just have to bounce off the obstacle and move in a different direction. Here is the fire remnants again. And all that big pine tree made it, but it did. A lot of these trees are scorched. So, when you bounce off the wall, that is when you have an opportunity to go in a different direction. That is, if you can't get around whatever obstacle you're trying to get around, or you can't go through it, or you can't go over it, or you can't go under it, well, at least you can bounce off of it and go in a different direction and see where that direction takes you. Getting a little winded here, sorry. Just had a health issue last about 4 weeks ago, so I'm trying to get back into shape again. So when you hit that wall and there's no way to get around it, and you bounce off of it, that bounce is going to take you in a direction. And if you go in that direction, I can't promise you it's going to be any easier, but I can promise you that at least it will be an adventure, and you'll be moving and taking action, and you'll feel better. And you might even get to the place that you want to go. I don't know about you, but when I get to the place that I want to go, I start thinking about where else can I go? What else can I do? So maybe that's you too. But let's take first things first. Here we are. We're at the top of the roll, Ma. I'm gonna put down my gloves so I can see if I can. Can you see the ocean? I don't know if you can. A few trees in the way, that kind of grayish area right in front, right at the back of the screen, right at the back of the video. That's the Atlantic Ocean. So we're probably, I'm gonna say, like maybe 10 miles away from the ocean from this point, if we could fly. Maybe a little bit less, probably 10. There's a building right there. Some buildings. I don't know if you can see the windmill. It's a pretty cool view. I don't know what that building is right there. It's as far as I can zoom in. I'm going to try to show you Boston. You can see the buildings. I don't know how well you can see those buildings, but that's Boston. That's probably like 10 miles away too. And the sun is not quite setting yet. It's pretty high in the sky, so we're not going to get to see the sunset. Taking you on a roundabout trip here at the top. Shaky. My hands isn't perfectly still. That's a bank right there that I'm showing you right now. It's not too far away. That's probably maybe a couple miles. Just imagine, look at this vista. I was saying earlier that this place, Saugus, Massachusetts, was founded in 1629. And in 1629, if I stood up here like I'm standing right now, like we're standing right now, as you're part of this, it would have been nothing. You wouldn't have been able to see one building, one car, one plane, one tower, no cell phone towers, nothing. And now you can see that it's not the same. It hasn't been the same for a long time. And that's life. And that's what we were talking about. We were talking about earlier. That life changes. Things change. People in your life change, come and go. And the trick is, last time I came down here, I went down the wrong trail. And it looks like that's not the trail. So let's go over here. All the trail markers got burnt down. So, before you, here it is, right here. See, this is our trail marker. Luckily, that's on the rock and not on something that got burnt. I feel like I'm walking through no man's land. I feel like we're walking through no man's land because you're coming with me. Virtually, of course. Make sure we're going the right way. And yes, we have another orange marker. There's even one on the burnt tree down here. Well, they say you need forest fires to rebuild the forest, but I'd rather not have them. There's another marker. I don't know how that one survived. You can see the tree is pretty burnt. Right there, it looks like a blueberry bush that's dormant. A lot of cool looking rocks too. If you're into that stuff, what I'm into is making sure we're on the right trail. It looks like we are. Hooray. So down here it's where I saw the coyotes before. We'll see if there's any there, but doubt it because there's a lot of noise here today. I'm making some of it, and a lot of people. Not on this trail though. We have this trail all by ourselves. And another trail marker. Yay, we're on the right one. I came down here not a couple of months ago and I went down the wrong place and I had to walk through the woods for a pretty good amount of distance. So again, for those of you just joining, my name is Rob. I am a United States Marine veteran and I practice law, do YouTube videos, so I'm a creator. I call myself an entrepreneur because I am one. So if you want to, hang out and learn about that stuff and get some good insights, I invite you to, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to my channel. Right now I'm posting a lot of videos, kind of funny videos, shorts videos, and at some point in the next month or so, maybe 2 months, I'm going to start getting back into the financial stuff, the financial videos, the mindset videos, the getting ahead videos, the success videos. And I always like to temper that information because I don't know if whoever was on the stream at that point, but I've had some health scares recently, and life certainly isn't just all about making money and success. It's far from it. But we all have to live in this life, and we all want to do the best that we can for ourselves, for our family, for our friends, for our community, people we love. So I like to post videos, and I will be posting more videos on just how to get ahead in life, how to get, just a little bit ahead so you can get some of the things that you want in life, like, to provide for your family and get them some of the good things in life. When my kids were younger, it would have been nice to send them to like private schools instead of public schools. So that's one thing that you can do if you are so inclined. But there's so many other things that you can do, so many good things that you can do for yourself and your family and your friends, if you're able to improve your own life, then in turn you're able to improve the lives of the people around you, the people that you love. And I think that's a noble cause. I went to Boston College, so I'm not this guy who is just fixated on making money and success. I was taught by the Jesuits, the Jesuit priests, and had a well-rounded education. Went to law school in Boston. And I know, then I joined the Marine Corps, believe it or not. So it's kind of everybody says, why do you join the Marine Corps after law school? Why don't you just practice law? Well, I'm patriotic. I wanted to serve the country, and I wanted to defend the country, defend the country. I don't know if that sounded right the first time. I'm sure, like a lot of you, that you love the country that we're from, or love your own country if you're not from the United States. So, a roundabout way of saying that, I'd like to post videos on how you can get ahead in life. And it's a noble thing to do. And again, from my education, from my upbringing, and I didn't have an easy upbringing. I didn't grow up in the lap of luxury. I did not have a silver spoon by any stretch of the imagination, not even close to it. I'm sure, like many of you, or if not all of you, there's not too many people who grow up in the lap of luxury, and that certainly wasn't me. But even if it wasn't you, and even if you don't have a college education or a law degree or military service behind you, doesn't mean that you can't do the same thing that somebody that has those degrees and has that experience could do. So I'm going to get down here so I can not fall down. How's it going? Hey, Dougie.
That's really frustrating. Yeah, and she also doesn't write notes.
Yeah, I'm not trying to not fall down here. I don't know if you just saw that trail marker back there, but we are on the trail. So that kind of interrupted my train of thought a little bit. It's okay. So getting back to it, if you want success in life, if you want to get to a point in life, let's say for instance, you go out to a restaurant, which really is something that a lot of people in the world can't even do, but let's say you're lucky enough to be able to afford to go out to a restaurant every once in a while. You want to be able to go out to that restaurant, pick up the menu, and tell whoever you're with, or if you're with your whoever, say just get it, whatever you want. Don't even look at the prices. You just pick out what you want and you eat it. You don't say, okay, this chicken is the least amount on the menu, I think I'll get the chicken. Don't do that. Well, let's get you to a place where you don't have to do that. Let's put it that way. So right down here, I'm going to show you this big rock. It always reminds me, whenever I walk through this trail, it reminds me of what it strokes my imagination, let me put it that way, of what was it like 400 years ago when the people, the natives that were here, just walked through here just as peaceful and calm as could be. And they had certain places where they wanted to play if they were little kids, or just hide or hang out, whatever. I can just imagine that this huge boulder that doesn't even look like it should be here was one of those places that they just came and they said, wow, how did this get here? It's huge. I mean, I'm going to show you, see if I can give you some perspective on it, but it's probably 20 feet high. just solid big rock right in the middle of, right to the right of the trail. Looks like it has a little split in it. So just imagine you're on the trail, you are on the trail virtually, and you're back in the 1600s, and you're wondering what you're going to see around the next turn. One of the things I like about law, and I was thinking about this today, is, well, I do appeals. So I represent people when they either lose a case or win a case, and somebody appeals the case to a higher court. And when you represent somebody that's making an appeal, what you have to do is get the transcripts of the trial. So everything that was said at the trial gets reviewed in the appeals court. And not only that, but all the exhibits that were admitted into evidence are also part of the record, and that gets reviewed too. So sometimes there's, I mean, a lot of times, there's like 5,000 pages of exhibits and judges' findings and the docket and the transcripts, and I go through all that information, read all that information, and take just a few words out of it, about 50 pages of words. But out of 5,000 pages, that's not too much. And just make the most creative piece of writing that you could imagine. It really helps my clients out. So, I don't know how I got on that tangent, but I did. We're almost out. We're going to go down another big hill, cross the little bridge, and then we're going to go back out onto the road. But I want to encourage everybody that watches this on the replay, if you do watch it on the replay, just to enjoy your life. Enjoy the people that you're with. You know, take it in, live it, breathe it, enjoy it, because it doesn't last forever. And we can see that, we can kind of make an analogy about what we saw up on that peak, and that is, at one point, there was nothing around here but woods. That's it, woods, fields, lakes, oceans, and you know, it's all populated and houses are everywhere. So things don't last. Things change. Everything changes. And I want you to have the best life possible. So follow me, and you're going to get a lot of value. You're going to get a lot of interesting information. And I hope you do, because I'd love to have you as part of the team, as part of the tribe, as part of the group that we're all in. And that is a group that just wants to live a good life, be entertained sometimes, and get ahead in life. So we're going to cross this bridge right here. I thought this was a little bit interesting. The last time I came down here, that somebody put flowers on that log. This is the little bridge that crosses a little brook. And that is kind of interesting because that's flowing water. It was 12 degrees out below zero yesterday, and it's about 50 degrees now. That's how fast things change. It sounds like a motorcycle. Wow. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. My name is Rob, and I hope you consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.